Hello, everybody. Welcome. Those is like, let's get a hell, huh? Huh? Everybody, welcome. Rosa Psych Investigator. So, guys, I hope you're well. Today was a good day. I got my steps in. I still, I have to finish a few more. I still have 1,000 steps left to complete my 10,000. I'll do that in a little bit. I walked for 2 hours. So it was beautiful. I should walk more. I live in New York. It's a wonderful place to walk. So, I also tested. I should like I always talk about this make a supposed makeup channel, but I really figure out technique that does not melt the makeup at all. Interesting, no? Quite interesting. Products and other things. So, and cut sugar. So, God willing, I'm gonna. I mean, at least that's get to 30 days, and then 30 more days, and then 30 more days, right? So keep going, and there's smell of trash in the air. That's the only thing that really. It's important, guys, to do anything but, right? But then you remember, trash is in the air. Trash is in there. So so Kathy posted something on her channel about this is just apropos of the meeting, which was of course humiliating. I have really wanted not to look to read the articles because we knew that was going to happen, right? But I felt like this piece that she posted, that the documents have been left in the printer. To me, it reminds me of this. I think this man Terrence something that he has a Substack. It feels like information is starting to come out. Okay, so so in a way, even though the whole thing, of course, is terrible, it's horrific. There is a good part, which is that it is what it is, right? Coming out uh very bare bones. I mean, this is the moment, right? Do we want to become a West Russia, or do we still want to maintain country? I believe that there are people. I know a lot of comments. A lot of you guys think, no, it's over. Um, I think we're not quite West Russia yet. So I have a good feeling about this. Okay, a good feeling. You understand? You understand it. You understand it. Trash. So let's go to the article. Interesting information. Interesting information. Okay, so let's go. Hey ho, let's go. Okay, so government papers found in Alaskan hotel revealed new details of Trump Putin summits. Papers with U.S. Department markings found Friday morning the business center of an Alaskan hotel revealed previously undisclosed and potentially sensitive details about the August 15th meetings between Trump and Putin. 8 pages that appear to have been produced by U.S. staff and left behind accidentally, really. Share precise locations and meeting times of the summit and phone numbers of U.S. government employees. Okay. Okay. And it's immediately, guys. I had to be honest. I had not looked at this until now because it is very upsetting, right? The whole thing. But when you look at the comment, this is the document on the right here. Clearly, was put together by, look, Russian Federation bilateral program with Putin. So with Trump, so they are. Doesn't make sense. Like they are the ones who organize this. Clearly, look the way it looks, right? Russian Federation bilateral. So it's like what? And then the things I was seeing, guys, honestly about the meeting, just quickly yesterday, that there were two presidential like everything was symbolically the Russians owned it. There it was just like everything was a message to send. We are in charge here. We control this asset. So I don't even want to, there's no need to. I don't want to make anybody feel bad, because it is very upsetting, this whole thing. But okay. And here it is, American bald eagle desk statue. On Saturday, White House Deputy Press Secretary Anna Calla dismissed the papers as a multi-page lunch menu and suggested leaving the information on a public printer was not a security breach. 13, okay, okay. And how to, I mean, come on, F this. Seriously, how to pronounce, that's right, oh my God, that's right. Rubio, Wiles, that's right. That's right, of course it is. It strikes me as the professor is saying, it strikes me as further evidence of the sloppiness and the incompetence of the administration. Okay, so this is the situation now. Okay, so just 1 second here. It's I don't even know. It's the protection. Must protection because here interesting information. Interesting information. All right, so let's do it. Okay. All right, so it's like I'd like to ask for protection. A beautiful ray of lights coming on top of my head as I breathe in. I feel my lungs as I breathe out. I create a circle. I create a circle. I step into it. I step into it. I feel protected. I feel connected. I'd like to ask that information come only from the highest sources, that I create the good and all the good, and so it is. Okay, so first question here is, what's the story here? Okay, so what's the story here? It's saying, and I get John McCain immediately laughing, ha ha ha. It's just the beginning, Donald. There's information on everything they discussed, and it's drip, drip. Okay. And I have a question. So I guess my question here really is it, I understand the whole concept of drip, drip, but going back to the thing that Quinn and I had seen, that Trump would go to the military and ask, help us, help, time to start helping us. I'm helping. I'm helping them. They innocent, little innocent. No. So so anyway, the story of him going to try to help Russia. Yes, it's saying, and I wow, and I see this image of Putin, um, Putin holding the remote control on Trump. Okay, meaning like not literally, but he's saying that he's like, go here, do this, do that, and so how I have a question. How is this how does Putin communicate to Trump exactly what he wants? Is it immediately, guys? I asked this question mentally. Um, I saw there's a guy named Boris who actually is Russian in his cabinet. How does Putin get the info to Trump on what he wants Trump to do? I forget that. Okay, so that's right. I see there's several ways. There's that this guy translates Boris, the guy Boris Epstein. There is also he receives these like memos or something about the same from Russian American Relations Board, something like that. He knows that that's directly from his owners, right? So, so what? Okay. So this is that now. Okay, so then, so going back to the question of the help. That's right. I see that Putin is just gonna say, "Boom, boom, 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 go, go, go." We're gonna get to the. It's gonna get to the point because it's putting a lot of pressure on Trump because of all the information he has. And I see that he talks to Trump like, "Oh, it's very stressful, isn't it, to be doing what you're doing, especially with the information about Epstein. But nobody needs to know everything that you did with the Epstein, with the little girls, with the girls. Some people have photographs, have a video. Like he's just he knows exactly how to play. And this is a brilliance of Putin. He is a manipulator. He was the head of the KGB office in Dresden, which was not a big office, by the way. He never really had a very big career abroad as a KGB officer back in the day, but it's something clearly he knows how to manipulate people. So, meaning, okay, just I don't know why I said that, just because if you look, and again, I urge people to read books about this. There were others that were bigger than him, but he knew how to play. He just understood human nature. He's a true psychopath, right? So, so here we are today. Now, let's go back to here to Trump. And so that's right. I see that Putin just has this power to control him, and he will push him, and I do think we're gonna get to that point. All right. So let's look at some other articles. And I do like looking at articles because it's like information that is probably concrete, and it's interesting to work off of that. Okay, so I saw a couple of other interesting, trustworthy articles. I'll be right back. I'm gonna grab them. Okay. Okay. So backlash in Washington as Trump gives Putin a red carpet's welcome in Alaska. So we all saw the footage of U.S. soldiers rolling out a red carpet for this mass murderer, right? Like a really horrible person because he's owned by Trump is owned by Putin. So that's what's happening. Okay. So let's see here. Backlashing Washington as Trump gives Putin a red carpet's welcome in Alaska. Bill O'Reilly, a conservative commentator, lamented the lack of concrete gains from the summit. At this point, the president has to step up economic pressure. Time is not on Mr. Trump's side. Lindsey Graham, the Republican senator from South Carolina, praised Trump for meeting the Russian leader, but said his best case scenario now was a ceasefire well before Christmas. Trump seemingly did not, as critics feared, stitch up a peace deal with Putin to be forced on Ukrainian President Zelensky and Americans' European allies. But he did welcome Putin, who was wanted by the ICC as a war criminal, with an enthusiastic greeting, a one-on-one car ride, and a fawning description of the quote-unquote fantastic relationship. By the way, guys, Financial Times is a British newspaper, right? Because I really would never, I just can't imagine an American newspaper writing this, okay? In brief remarks to the press following the meeting, Putin suggested that the two presidents had struck a deal, referring to agreements that he said were a starting point to solve the Ukrainian issue and improve U.S.-Russia relations. Trump, usually loquacious, did not go that far. He said that they had agreed on many, many points, but the sobering bottom line for the U.S. president was there's no deal until there is a deal. So, okay. All right. Trump did speak to Sean Hannity, a sympathetic Fox News host, before leaving Alaska, but seemed to be irked by his questioning, saying he wished he had not agreed to the interview. Okay, so what happens? What happens next? Let's see here. Okay, what happens? An invasion, the war. What happens next regarding Ukraine invasion and war? See, it's some sort of standstill that I see the NATO supporting Ukraine, even though they could really definitely go farther. And the Russians continue to attack Ukraine, and they're sort of laughing when Trump says, "Oh, we need to get some concessions." And nothing really happens in terms of he's not able to convince. And I see that he's interesting. I talked about before about Mark Rutte. I think they also have some stuff on Trump. I don't think that Trump can also just easily manipulate Rutte either. Does it make sense? So he, uh, he is still he. There's nothing. Basically, it was a nothing burger. It was just an opportunity for Russia to brag. And I have a question. In the past, Trump was pro Russia and he humiliated Zelensky, but then he turned around and changed his position. Why? And could he change his position again? Let's see. It's about whoever spoke to him. It's saying, of course, he historically is owned by Russia, but now with the dementia, his memory is short. So I can't believe I'm saying that truly, this is a demented that has dementia, and so they can manipulate him, but then he forgets, and then he. But something about the Russia thing, I still see him going to the military, trying to help Rush out more. And they have now. I have a question. Wow, any? No, I see that there's things that happened that are humiliating and that will come out. Okay. Again, I don't know when or how or what exactly will be done, but I just feel like it will something will stop this because we know Russians. We know they never stop, right? We know what they want is dominance. They want America for itself. I don't think that it's going to work. And the stuff that I showed on was it Friday yesterday that came from the Telegraph, or was it Thursday? Um, about the minerals, right? That's what Russia wanted, and it was leaked because, right, as a means to prevent all of this. But it's saying Russia is going to insist on it because they feel like they own him. Okay, and I had seen some comments about. I've been seeing this for a few weeks now. A lot of those pro-Russia, like Russian actors and everything, are saying that Musk and Trump want to go back together. And I apparently, not that I pay attention to what he's, I'm really like, wow, I love Elon. No, but apparently Russia is pushing Elon and Trump to be friends again because I think they trust Elon Musk, right? Because Elon Musk has the technological means to actually get information than to steal information to do all this. So okay, and I see that of course that kid is the connection. The one whose I think grandfather was a double agent and was even executed for in Russia for being double agent for the U.S. And so let's see here. So let's see. One second, I'll be right back. So I was just looking at other comments about this whole thing. Um, okay, here it is. So let me show you some of this. Okay, so I guess about a point and Trump and Putin agreed on that Putin will release the files about Russia campaigns to support Trump in 2016 and 2020, so long as Trump continues to aid Russia's war. And I see here Dave Troy, who is really very trustworthy. He's done a lot of research for years on the tech bros and the far right and all that and their plans. So this is my opinion as well. with the addition of the Epstein situation is integral to Russia's war efforts. More on that soon. But Trump is trapped. He is damned if he releases the Epstein file and damned if he doesn't. And by this, I mean that Epstein was a connector, a finance channel, and a principal actor in a broader hybrid warfare campaign. The blackmail stuff is likely a sideshow that has paid ample dividends as well. Okay. So, and it's interesting as I see, I haven't really looked at this too much, but Peter Thiel has, was like Epstein invested with Peter Thiel, something like that. So obviously there's a financial connection here with all of them. And I get this, even though I don't, it's interesting. I don't want to look into, I don't want to connect with that Jeff Epstein but I see his face. He's saying, I got all of them, Rosie. They wanted to get rid of me. They may have gotten rid of me, as a body, my life was over, but I'm taking all of them down because he's saying that I'm not the only one. They all did it and they wanted to bury me, but they are guilty as well. And it's saying he's telling me, Rosie, it's about, yeah, the sex stuff. I see that he has that voice like, Rosie, it's a sex stuff. And yeah, I know all those guys, the big CEOs, whatever, man. Yeah, I have all the dirt on them. And that's right. And he facilitated money laundering. And he had some of these CEOs launder money for Russia as well. So this is all connected in that sense. Wow, dark. So So that's right. Don't worry, Rosie. Peter just coming down. Yeah. Remember him when he was a Joker? Remember? He was like the Joker. Weird. Okay. So yeah, just I've seen now you here. Okay, I wasn't looking, but okay, one sec anymore. No, I see that. Okay. Yeah. He's like it's either he appears, but then he becomes a monster. I don't know. It's kind of dark. He's like, it took a lot of work to just come over here and say something, and then he has to go, and somebody's tapping him in the back. I haven't learned my lessons yet. All of them now. Epstein's. The other side. They're all going down. And I see that again. He's repeating. They thought they could get rid of me, and they're gonna call it a day. Nope. It's saying it's the abuse of women. It's them having sex with them. Some of them didn't know, that's true. But I used it to have them do whatever I wanted, and then the money laundering. It's all connected. And yeah, Peter Thiel, please. See, he knows about the boys and girls. Wow. Mm, okay. So he's not gonna survive this rose. They're all going down. And it's saying everybody picked for this second term was in on the big group, the big crew, or the money laundering group or something like that, with the international money laundering scheme situation. Crypto is a big part of it. He's saying, of course it is, Rosie, of course. So, okay, Mr. Epstein, do you see? I know you're in the dark, but are they going? No, it's not meant to last. It's saying this was lasted for a long time, but the moment it light finds it it crumbles away, something like that. So okay, so what about the military? So is it the military? And I see Epstein kicking him, Trump, in the butt. Like, so what do you mean he's gonna get kicked out? He's not gonna stay, Rosie, because he created a fiction about who he is. He even pretended to not know me. I know that motherfucker so well. And she's just saying it's not going to last. All of this will crumble. So, because it's too many crimes, too out in the open, too shameless, and I see this, this mofos. I don't say the word, that he's saying it out there. Oh, Peter Thiel, nice guy, whatever. No, I know you're about. So that's right. They've been doing the dark stuff for a long time, and there is no escape. He's saying you just grab your popcorn and be sure that he's saying. Okay, all right. So that was a little dark. So, but it's okay. It feels right. I'm feeling okay. All right. So I'm gonna stop here because I think that's enough. Yeah. And I see shows me drip, 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 and then it's like the drips get really big, almost like big blood drips, like drip, 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 but then big, 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 and then the whole thing collapses. The whole instead of drips, drip, drip, and then it's as if the dam collapses. Okay, so interesting. All right, so we'll see, guys. We'll see, and stay strong. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Bye.